In 2020, we got together with our friends and we started a project called Long Time No See. Initially started out as a selfie project, asking people to, if you have an emotional attachment to this neighborhood, send us a selfie and tell us a little story about what's your attachment to this neighborhood, and we'll make a poster of it. I'm Rick Wong. I'm a member of the Long Time No See Collective.
Hello, my name is Brenda Joy Lem.
Hi, my name is Amy Shuang Wang.
Long Time No See. It comes from an expression from Brenda's mother, Mogin Honoi, which is, I haven't seen you for a long time. At that time, everybody's running around with masks on. No one can see anybody's faces. And we really thought, well, let's put a face onto the community.
For us to be the holders of these stories, it was really important how we would handle it. And we wanted to somehow capture both their pride and their pain.
For the people in our collective, where we come from a lot of different backgrounds. So some of them are gallery artists, some of them are long-standing activists and artists, and a lot of people are also educators or organizers or people coming from different backgrounds. And so coming together to do a show, being able to bring some of these stories that I think a lot of people don't necessarily consider to be fine art or doesn't have its place in an organization or an institution like an art gallery, to really throw that back and say it's public space and it wants to be a community-oriented space. I think bringing projects in like this just shows a different face to what the space could be used for, and like a potential gathering space as a potential for building community.
The wheat paste is really central to the idea of this show. For us, Chinatown, the street is our living room, right? And so if we can have pictures of other Chinese people, our community on the walls, Chinatown becomes our living room. Our medium is wheat paste. We just stick stuff up, right? And so we did that in this show.
That's part of the appeal of this medium that we have for me, is that it really harkens back to how we experience culture as a community, not as individuals, and how we build, culture as a community.
If you look up close to the art pieces on the wall, you will see that it is not pristine. There are wrinkles, there are brush strokes, but you see the path of the tools and the hands that have stuck them up.
The whole idea of that, though, is to do something which is changing the boundary between what's institutional art and what's community art. And we really wanted to maintain that this is a community project.
For this show, I would say at least 90% of the people that are telling the over 100 stories had never been to the Varley or even heard of the Varley. So we brought this community not only into this space through the photos, but people started to take ownership and feel like it was their show. So people that are in the show volunteered to help with the installing and learning to wheat paste, to put the work up on the walls with us. And we would have meals traditionally, we have order all these dishes and we would eat together. So we really build not just a sense of community and ownership of this space, but also that Markham people are connecting with downtown people now through that history and seeing their history in a slightly different perspective. People that should feel like it's their space and that they can come in here and feel like they belong.
If we look at the displacement of Chinatown from Nathan Phillips Square when they built the town hall and all of those buildings, pushed Chinatown out of there, and now we can see similar efforts in a sort of more capitalist sense of these condos coming up and this gentrification, fights for placemaking, and also fights against displacement that have happened in the last 100 years. Isn't a new thing for Canada. This isn't even a thing that is isolated to the Chinese Canadian community. And we can't always just move on when someone tries to push us out. This is our space, we're going to activate it in certain ways. So moving forward, thinking about downtown space and thinking about the community that we're building and how to incorporate newcomers or younger folk like students, community, and make it feel like a welcoming space to them and educate them as well about the struggle and the history of the struggle that has taken place there and the continuing fight and effort of activists and artists that are going on today.